So what are your thoughts on the perception that the public is getting that every time politicians ask for some reform within the NYPD, you're labeled anti-NYPD? There's 38,000 officers. Any thoughts?
Yeah, so clearly, as someone who has members of the police force in her family, I respect all of the members of NYPD, all the men and women. They put their lives on their line each and every day, and some have made the ultimate sacrifice. And I would be the first, obviously, to stand up and defend police actions each and every time. I'm so proud that they took swift actions at 77 Eastern Parkway, the Obama headquarters, and they avoided so many other individuals from getting injured after this horrific incident. And so all that we are asking is that at this point in time, that NYPD respect all lives and that we stand behind them and that we ensure that there is some accountability and some sunshine in their practices so that no one is hurt and that we can avoid the type of incidents that we've seen not only in New York but across this nation. I proudly support members of NYPD and I pray for them each and every day.
What is important about all of this is that people are rising from every walk of life, elected officials, local residents, it doesn't matter the color or the gender, everyone is now rising, and that is a good opportunity for us to take and elevate this conversation to a place where we can actually move the cog wheels of government and policy to make some change. This is a good moment for so many people and everybody needs to engage.
Okay, now what changes would you like to specifically see the police department take?
We've seen a lot of ideas come out of the city council, so just do some research on what we're trying to do.
No, like there was some, for example, body cameras. That's a very...
decreased criminalization of marijuana. That targets our black and brown young people, young men of color. There's a group of young men of color in the city council that are pushing for reform on those kind of things. We are increasing access to the CCRB. We're trying to create reform around the CCRB to bring more transparency to that process, to bring new leadership. These are all going to be things about accountability for our communities. And no matter where you live in New York City, you should be able to raise a concern, work with your local precinct, work with your local elected official, strengthen institutions of government in your local community to make that impact. That's what needs to happen on the ground, and as council members, we're deeply committed into that.